September 11th, 2001, a date that scarred the soul of a nation. It begins like any ordinary Tuesday, but at 8:46 a.m., a commercial jet crashes into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York City. Minutes later, another hits the South Tower. A third plane slams into the Pentagon. A fourth, United Flight 93, crashes in Pennsylvania after passengers fight back. In just under 2 hours, the United States is brought to its knees. Smoke, fire, collapse. Nearly 3 innocent lives lost, families shattered, cities frozen, and a nation filled with one question: why? Behind it all, one man, Osama Bin Laden, the son of a wealthy Saudi construction magnate, once a US-backed fighter against the Soviets in Afghanistan. Now the leader of Al-Qaeda, a radical terror network born in shadows and blood. Bin Laden doesn't hide his involvement. In fact, he brags, declares jihad, claims the attack was divine justice. To America, it's a declaration of war. Within weeks, US forces invade Afghanistan. The Taliban regime collapses, but Bin Laden vanishes into the mountains of Tora Bora. Bombs drop, soldiers storm caves, but the ghost slips away. Months become years. Presidents change, wars drag on. Bin Laden's voice echoes through tapes, recordings sent from unknown locations. Every new message is a reminder. He's still out there. The world watches, waits, and wonders, will he ever be caught? Then in mid-2010, the CIA intercepts the name of a courier, Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti, a trusted aide to Bin Laden, believed to be his lifeline to the outside world. They track his movements for months. And finally, he leads them to an unusual house in a quiet Pakistani city, Abbottabad. No phone lines, no internet. Security walls towering 15 feet high, windows blacked out, trash burned instead of thrown out. A $1 million compound in a low-income neighborhood. The agents watch. They take photos, measure shadows to calculate the height of one mysterious figure who walks the balcony every day. Always alone, always silent, never showing his face. The CIA gives him a code name, the Pacer. Back in Washington, officials debate. There's no photograph, no hard evidence, just a hunch built on surveillance and instinct. But after nearly a decade of searching, it's the best lead they've ever had. President Obama listens, watches, considers the risk. If they're wrong, it could trigger an international disaster. If they're right, it could finally bring justice. He gives the order, proceed. April turns into May. A plan is drawn up, Operation Neptune Spear, a surgical strike by SEAL Team 6, the most elite warriors in the US military. 2 stealth Black Hawk helicopters, 23 Navy SEALs, 1 compound, 1 target. May 1st, 2011, the mission begins. As the sun sets over Afghanistan, the SEALs lift off from Bagram Air Base. They fly low, hugging the mountains, slipping into Pakistani airspace undetected. 90 minutes later, they arrive at the compound. Suddenly, one helicopter crashes inside the walls. Mechanical failure, a harsh landing, blades snapping. But the SEALs are trained for chaos. They recover instantly. The other team lands outside. The assault begins. They breach the walls using explosives, move room to room methodically. Women and children are separated. 2 couriers are killed in brief firefights. On the 3rd floor, they reach a bedroom door. It creaks open. There in the shadows, a tall man, silent, frozen. A SEAL fires, 1 bullet to the chest, 1 to the head. The target drops. We've got Osama Bin Laden is dead. They photograph the body, run a facial scan, take DNA samples. All confirm it's him. Before leaving, they destroy the downed helicopter to protect classified tech. Then they vanish into the night, in and out in under 40 minutes. Back in the United States, top officials wait in a silent room, the White House Situation Room. As word comes in, history is being written. At 11:35 p.m. Eastern Time, President Obama walks to the podium and addresses the nation. Justice has been done. Celebrations erupt across America. Crowds gather outside the White House, in Times Square, at Ground Zero, singing, crying, cheering. Closure, at last, for thousands of families. But around the world, reactions are mixed. Some see justice, others see controversy. Bin Laden's body is flown to the USS Carl Vinson, a US Navy aircraft carrier in the Arabian Sea. There it is washed, wrapped in white cloth, prayed over, and released into the ocean, buried at sea to prevent any grave from becoming a shrine. Pakistan is blindsided. Its government denies knowing Bin Laden was living just 1.3 kilometers from its military academy. Many question how he could remain hidden for so long, in plain sight. Conspiracies flourish. Was he being protected? Was the raid even real? But intelligence from the raid, hard drives, notebooks, flash drives, tells another story. He was alive, he was active, and he was still planning. The mission was real, and it changed everything. For nearly 10 years, he ran. For 10 years, he sent messages, inspired attacks, and haunted the West. But on that night in Abbottabad, in a silent bedroom above a guarded compound, the world's most wanted man finally met justice. Osama Bin Laden, the architect of September 11th, was no longer a threat, and the message from the United States was clear. You can run, you can hide, but we will find you. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories that shaped our world. Share this video to keep history alive and let us know in the comments. Where were you on 9/11? Never forget, never stop learning.